So yeah, so they'll roll out there right away. Okay?
Okay.
A hazardous material wreck is serious, they're dangerous, and there's no looking back.
That's pretty serious stuff that they're doing there.
You either get it right the first time, or you don't get it at all.
The driver lost control and plowed into the ditch. The wreck is carrying more than 100 cylinders of compressed natural gas.
Look at all the natural gas cylinders. Lovely.
The racks of dangerous goods are housed inside 3 separate transport modules. So flipping it back onto its wheels will not be easy.
I have representatives from the trucking company. I probably have a dozen fire rescue people standing around.
We've had the highway shut down now for about 40 minutes.
This is not a wreck to take lightly. This is not a wreck to up. This is an A-game wreck.
They're rated for lifting up, not being pulled on them.
The modules hookup features were too small.
Look at it. They're not going to be able to take the weight when we snap them.
The last thing we need to do is have anything break, have this thing roll back over. And we start pulling on that.
This is new.
Hey.
You're looking roughly 80,000 pounds. We're about 75 feet to the crest of the road, so it's a pretty good pull.
Let's put a wrecker down here.
You know, we do have lifting points here.
After a closer look,
Do a reverse roll.
Jamie's crew hatches a new plan.
I'll put the boom right here, and then as we lift, I'll boom out.
Johnny comes up with the idea to put his truck right next to the wreck down in the ditch.
As Johnny raises and anchors the wreck from the field, Colin will use 3 lines to gently hoist the gas truck from the road.
Having the trailer come down hard is not an option. If you mess something up or create a leak or a spark, your ass is on the line.
But Colin is still rolling the dice, betting the trailer's lift hooks won't break.
One canister opens up and starts leaking, well, now we got a big problem. This is just the best option for what we're dealing with.
Hang on, let me catch up.
As Johnny lifts with a single line, Colin has to work 3 lines simultaneously. But the guys can't see each other.
How you doing, Jordy?
Yeah.
Whoa. Everybody watch out. Nice. Don't get better than that. Decent, Johnny, decent.
I don't even think it shook a door.
But the semi full of dangerous goods still needs to be dragged out of the ditch and onto the road. Johnny will pull on the tractor while Colin supports the trailer with 2 safety lines.
Because there is that possibility of it going back over.
It's going to be a tough recovery because of the incline that we're at.
Go!
The tractor is eased onto the road.
Good job, buddy.
Colin and Johnny will drag the semi the rest of the way up using the underlift.
We were gonna rush, so we decided that we would hook up to the front of it and just pull the trailer out.
There we go. Come on, Johnny, pull that thing up.
But the heavy load won't budge.
It's definitely a piss off.
Me. What the happened?
It's got to be stuck down a rut there.
Melted snow has turned the ditch into a muddy bog.
Put your truck crossways. Just pull it straight ahead.
Okay.
Colin and Johnny are forced to re-rig, keeping the busy highway shut down.
All right. This is supposed to be the easiest part of the job.
This really pisses me off. We should be out of here by now.
Got it?
We had to unhook, put both trucks on it, winch it all the way up out of the ditch.
The wreck is finally back on the highway. Dangerous goods still intact.
So you're good to go? So we're gonna go cross down and hit the dangerous goods route.
The high-stakes job is over. And Jamie's tight two-man crew, his last team in Alberta, found a way.
Me and Johnny got the job done, and we didn't need anybody else's help.
How's the road looking there? It's open, driver.
And we're the guys that did it. That's what makes me feel good.
In the canyon,
They want me to roll it in the ditch, not bring it up and out.
Bring it straight over, yeah?
Merv has a tough maneuver on his hands,
It is definitely a head scratcher.
recovering the first of 2 tankers with some fuel still on board.
Hazmat has asked that everything we do, it all happens in the ditch.
I'm thinking I'm gonna belly wrap it and kind of bring it towards me.
The damaged tanks
That works for us.
Okay.
could not be fully drained.
That one's hooked up.
Yeah, it's onto the sling, the other side.
Now the front unit must be moved. From his rotator, Merv will use all of the wrecker's winch lines to gently roll the first tanker back onto its wheels. Merv starts the roll. But as the tank lifts off the ground,
It is leaking diesel out.
the inaccessible fuel starts to flow.
There's no avoiding it. There's no stopping it.
Puking?
Oh, yeah.
Stop! Hold on there.
There's a lot in there, man. Holy.
But Merv is under orders to minimize the spill.
Keep all the diesel in the ditch. We don't want diesel on the roadway at all.
Seconds later,
It stopped.
fuel stops flowing.
Bring it.
And Merv gets the go-ahead.
Hazmat gives a clear, so we're just going to continue rolling it.
The first tanker
Awesome.
is finally up on the road,
Man.
and the extra fuel is confined to the ditch. But the job is far from over.
And I got one more to do still.
Jordan rigs to the second unit,
Okay.
and Merv works the rotator to roll it over, landing it perfectly over the spill zone. With one line from the Mac redirected to the back of the tanker, and a line from the rotator rigged to the front, they'll have to work together to level it out and bring it up to the road. But with the highway still open and the possibility of more fuel on board,
And I'm gonna run a line from him to my truck to here.
Merv and Greg must watch for the first sign of any spills.
We're trying to avoid any diesel on the roadway at all.
But as the tanker reaches the road,
Hey, stop. Stop!
Just gushing a lot of diesel.
Dump that, Jordan, quick.
Merv and the crew
2-3 inches thick and then make it back towards the ditch.
race to contain the spill.
We're trying to stop it from rolling across into the traffic lanes. It's going to be a hazard if it does.
Absorbent material is quickly laid down.
Just dump that right from those pylons into the ditch edge. Yeah.
And the hazmat crew
Yeah, if you just drop her in there.
deploys a vacuum.
We're gonna do it properly, and we're gonna do what it takes. Suck up as much diesel as we can.
We'll just leave him sucking for now until we see what it does.
Spill contained. The back end of the B train
We'll try moving her again.
must be moved to the road.
Anytime two trucks are doing work together,
Nice and easy.
both drivers, operators got to be paying attention to each other.
Greg needs to be determined and make this happen no matter what.
Right in.
Slowly,
Gentle.
Merv and Greg
I'll bring it a little bit more here.
lower the tanker onto the road
Perfect.
without spilling a drop of fuel into the live lanes.
It feels good to know that we didn't make a mess.
The second tanker is rigged to the rotator, and the aggressive towing team is ready to roll out.
And I'm pretty happy to pack our stuff and get it all cleaned up.
Watch yourself, he's coming down into the ditch.
With Colin away in BC, it's up to Kelly Davis, Jamie's middle brother, to take over last night's wreck.
The assessment wasn't done properly. Somebody made a mistake. Couldn't do the job.
Let's call you back.
The damaged trailer needed to be unloaded
Holy
before it could be flipped.
There we go.
After yesterday's storm, it's taken almost 24 hours to get a salvage team and a crane on site. Heavy rescues forced to take half the highway, squeezing traffic on 831 down to one lane.
We're wanting to clean this up really fast and get out of here.
The client wants the load of paper recovered dry and ready for delivery.
We'll uprate the trailer and pull it up and off we go.
But Kelly's next challenge is much bigger. The severely damaged semi.
My job is to get that out in one single piece. We're going to try to roll it over and pull it right up fully intact. Their wall integrity has been broken, so anything can happen.
And this is just Kelly's second time running Jamie's most complicated record.
Might as well grab the green one.
With the trailer so weakened, Kelly and Gord have to be precise with their rigging.
Knowing that the tractor is made of spring steel on the frame, you can load it up, it has energy. So we clamp down hard on the front axle, which creates energy towards your back axles.
Jamie's crew will run lines to the front and back axles of the tractor. Once the rig starts to roll, it will start pulling the trailer. A line to the back of the trailer will complete the flip.
Take her down, put her in the yard.
Kelly's still determined to keep one lane open.
Oh, baby. Man. When you're dealing with one live lane open, you always have something moving by you. So it makes your job area hazardous.
Green, down?
Yeah. You always have to be on your toes, you gotta be on your game, and you gotta watch out for other people in case they're not.
Kelly doesn't want to be out on this road any longer than necessary.
You wanna put the light up on top there?
But his winch line
It's a rat's nest in there.
is tangled. Straightening it out won't be a quick fix.
When the road's closed and you're blocking traffic, you don't need to be dealing with tangled lines on your wrecker. Those are all kinds of things that the operator should be dealing with back at the shop.
Try it.
Going
Oh, there
now.
it goes.
Now we got her.
I have to drag it all the way out the spool, and then I have to sit there and wind it all the way in.
Kelly will need to keep a careful eye on the wreck, but he won't be able to see it from the rotator's control panel. His best option is the remote.
Having the controls at your finger and being able to walk around the backside of a wreck and see where you're pulling, it's a safety item for everybody.
Is the line going out?
Yeah, line's going out.
I understand how the truck works, I understand the angles, I understand leverage, but as for hands on the controls, these guys are using the remote controls. I'm not familiar with those.
What color is that one? White?
That one's the white one. It's no white.
So Kelly decides the only answer
And then don't forget about your orange.
is to call out instructions to Swamper Gord, who's never operated the wrecker outside of Jamie's yard.
Don't tell Jamie that, but you know, Gord's running his rotator. Okay, Gord, you might as well just flip her over and get her over with.
I'll do it. Let's go.
You're gonna get the job done one way or the other. Do your white line. We ended up dragging that truck about 5 to 10 feet to gather up some of the landscape underneath to get it to bite. Slow her down, slow her down. Bring up your green one. The trailer's all twisted and it's already been hit, it's compromised. And if I don't do that job right, I'm gonna pull that trailer apart. As it's twisting, I'm tensed, I'm freaked right out. You don't like that too much. It's a 50-50 shot. Those walls break apart, that's the integrity of the trailer. Okay, orange. I don't want to have a bad day, I want to have a good day. Start to pull.
Kind of get the feel of it as it's getting tighter and tighter. You can hear it. You can hear the winch lines.
Faster on the white. This spring tension on the frame is starting to work. Yep, boy. You got her. It's starting to create that energy to help roll that trailer over.
That's it. Sick. That's rad.
I was pretty proud at that point. A beautiful job.
After a rough start for heavy rescue,
We'll unhook everything.
Kelly Davis has pulled off the job and earned a new place of pride in the family business.
Really have to rely on Kelly, kind of the old Clydesdale. He's got to come in there and pull this thing together. Brother can trust a brother.
Home for tacos. Beer and tacos.
Trucks, jocks, knifed everywhere.
Casualties from last night's storm litter the oil patch highways.
Oh, that is a mess.
On 881, southeast of Lac La Biche, a semi delivering excavator parts to Fort McMurray is long overdue.
Pulled in this morning, but I guess it ain't gonna get there.
The driver lost control on a slick curve and flew right off the road.
I've been here since 2 o'clock last night.
I want it back on the road.
Just before 2 p.m.,
All right.
Heavy Rescue's Colin McLean arrives on scene with a rotator,
Does the truck still run?
along with Jamie's Fort Mac driver, Johnny.
Doesn't start, eh? It's important to get this equipment on the road. The excavator is waiting for its parts up at an oil field site. Without those parts, it can't do its job. If it's not doing its job, money's being lost. How much does he figure it weighs?
60,000 pounds plus the trailers. So over 100.
His load was pretty big.
Over 100,000 pounds frozen solid into the ditch.
Goes into the snow, goes in a little bit hot. It's gonna kind of form some ice around it, and now you gotta try and break free from that ice.
And that's going to add more resistance to the recovery.
I hope that bumper's strong.
What Colin has to be really cautious of in this job is the rotator's a very powerful machine, and it's very possible to actually rip the whole front end of the truck out.
Armed with a rotator, Colin will attempt to muscle out the oversized tractor trailer in one go.
Block the road. You need room to bring it up onto the road. Closing the highway gives us the best chance of getting it out. Equipment's got to be moved, products got to be moved, People are sitting, they're not earning, and you are affecting the economy.
That's heavy.
She's doing it pretty good. We had the whole tractor off the ground. Look at this truck, eh? We were maxing out pulling that guy up.
Colin inches the trailer forward.
Dragging him through a lot of snow.
Come on, girl, you got it. Okay, we're making progress. You know, that's the first step, getting it moving. There we go. There we go. Oh, what do we got here?
But his progress comes to a halt.
The trailer's starting to slide down into the ditch.
Takes. It's not coming out in a straight shot.
Colin struggling to pull more than 100,000 pounds up on the road.
If we were to keep pulling it from the front, the trailer would just keep sliding, and it's getting buried more into the ditch.
Closed in both directions.
The highway is backing up fast.
You gotta get the rope and not around.
You know what? I'm gonna go get spun around, and I'm gonna kind of get into that area. Then we can just grab the trailer.
We needed to change the force that we were putting on it. We needed to get to the back of it and coax the trailer up onto the road to be in line with the tractor.
So Colin repositions to rig the back end.
Right off the frame of the trailer, be pretty good.
The angle is right, but he might not have enough power.
Extending the boom and pulling off the side decreases the capacity on the rotator. There's a lot of weight there. I knew we had our work cut out for us with that one.
Let's see how it goes.
That's a lot of weight. Putting a little bit of pressure on her there.
I got the rotator coming off the ground. You guys seriously watch yourself. Got her up a little bit better.
With a rotator coaxing the trailer sideways onto the road,
I just don't want that to go back down.
Colin sends Johnny to pull from the front using HR-68.
The weight of that load, including the resistance, was probably anywhere from 2 to 3 times the actual weight of HR-68. That's a tough pull.
You want to try and give her a pull? We just got to make sure that the trailer doesn't slide back down and off the ditch. So I'm going to kind of watch the back end of it.
An HR-68's a light little feather compared to the rotator. Going 100,000 pounds. You got to be paying attention, that's for sure.
You got slack on my end. Getting there.
Almost got it.
Oh yeah, we're going.
Hey, buds.
This one definitely worked, the old mighty rotator, that's for sure.
Highway 81 is now.
Little wiggle this way, little wiggle that way. Eventually she'll come.
The company can now get the badly needed excavator parts up to the oil field.
Hey, buddy.
Glad we got it done. It's always a good feeling.
Wide open. Thank you, driver.
Watch full episodes on the Weather Channel and the Weather Channel TV app.